What's up, guys? It is S0LEB, and welcome to the first video edition of S0LEB Suggests. And today we have a very big topic for you all to indulge upon. Will E3 2023 be canceled before the schedule has even been made? There's a possibility, and there's all kinds of stuff that we're going to talk about in this short video. So, guys, first off, I want to give a big shout out to everybody that has been checking out all of our latest and greatest YouTube videos, live streams, social media accounts, and of course, checking out SentinelLeaks.com. We've been doing a lot of new content for you all. Most of it has just been playing video games, and we really haven't had a chance to sit down and do like a S0LEB Suggest or a second opinion video to where I really kind of give my opinions on stuff outside of doing podcasts in some time. Recently, we did a reunion show with the previous and former co-host of the Second Opinion podcast, and we really dived in to the love of gaming that we have, the history of Second Opinion, and of course, some of the biggest news about DC and Activision Blizzard and Diablo 4. So today, we're here to talk about E3 2023. So I've been talking about it on social media. I'm still at this point in time excited for the possibility of going and covering another E3. I did get a chance and the opportunity of covering E3 2018 and 2019. And of course, I always love going to other events like PAX, multiple different game conventions, going to QuakeCon. I've been going to QuakeCon for almost 11 to 12 years now. I don't know how long. I've been going for a while, and I've loved every minute of it. But there's a possibility that E3 this year is not going to happen. As of today, Ubisoft has officially announced that it is ditching E3 2023. Ubisoft is skipping out. Now, Sega and Tencent have announced that they won't be at the event. This is a really big deal. I mean, a really huge deal. Now, this is mainly sourced just from social media and all over the place, but Nintendo, Xbox, Sony, Ubisoft, Sega, Tencent, all of those companies will be skipping E3 this year. The bad thing is that, yes, Xbox, Sony, and Nintendo have already announced that they won't be at the showcase this year. And I don't know if you guys have at least seen videos or gone to the event or not, but these are the biggest publishers. It was already weird enough in 2019 when Sony wasn't there. There was a big open space, a lot of the heart and soul of E3 was gone with Sony not being at the event. And of course, the announcement that Xbox wasn't going to be there, and then Nintendo is E3. Like, I've always felt that, yes, Sony and Xbox are big parts of E3, but Nintendo is the type of company, it's always going to show up. You know what I'm saying? But then the fact that Nintendo, Xbox, Sony, those three big companies said they weren't going to be at the event, and now Ubisoft and Sega and Tencent said they're not going to be at the event, is a really scary thing for the showcase. So the big thing is this. ReedPop is doing the event this year. They're working with the ESA, and ReedPop has had a lot of success at events like PAX over the years of really growing these into huge events and making them really fun for viewers at home and viewers or live attendees as well. But it does state right here, IGN also reports numerous individuals in publishing/PR have not heard of anyone who was planning to attend for sure, and also said there's a significant lack of communication from the ESA and ReedPop at this time. Now, coming from someone that loves E3, that loves gaming conventions, that was personally really excited to get back to some of these events, there should already be communication going. It was very strange when it did pop up, I think back in December, that there was media registration already for the event. So, of course, covering the event, I don't even remember registering, to be honest. But I guess at some point in time, I registered for the event. I got approved, I think, just a few weeks after that I was covering the event, that I was going to have a media badge at E3. Very excited. Did my little post about it. Yay, I'm going back to E3. And then since then, it's just been a do. It's really honestly starting to feel like the COVID situation all over again. I was really excited for the year that they said they were going to have an in-person event, and then they canceled it. And now this year, it feels like it's going to be the same thing. I just don't know, man. I don't know what is happening. I don't know. Kate Bailey, the IGN News director, had stated on Twitter as well, there is major doubts about whether the show can go forward as originally conceived. Reed Pop president announced resignation as well and has been in the works for a few months. So this is nuts, bro. This is nuts. It's all just shit up in the air last minute, you know. And of course, we're in the last few weeks of March. But think about it like this. A multi-million-dollar event, okay? There hasn't been any significant news of who will actually be at the event. So we have April, May, and then June. The second week of June is when E3 is supposed to happen, okay? So E3 was supposed to basically start technically the 10th of June. So you literally are saying there's 2 months until the event, and major scares like this are happening. There's a very big possibility, guys, that this may not happen again. IGN reporting as well from many individuals in the publishing / PR realm of gaming, stating that they have not heard of anyone who is planning to attend for sure, and also said that there is a significant lack of communication from the ESA and ReedPop is a scary thing. So let's say it like this, guys. I know for sure that Ubisoft has already announced that a Ubisoft Forward event will officially happen in June. It says Ubisoft I was saying Ubisoft earlier, whatever. Ubi has announced its next Ubisoft event is scheduled for June 12th at 10 a.m. They stated this, stating that they're moving in a different direction and will hold its own presentation. It also states right here that it will be live from Los Angeles, and if you want game updates and so on and so forth, make sure to check out Ubisoft.com around that time. So that is also supposedly the case with Xbox as well. So it's really weird. It's so weird. It's like, I feel that over the years, things have just been slowly but surely rolling into this ball of a mess. You know what I'm saying? And eventually, I can't help but state that it feels like this has all led from Sony's departure from the event, and also this is all led from the ESA's previous handling of the event. Now, there was all different types of stuff that came out. I don't know the facts. I'm not going to sit here and, read into it. I'm not going to play some smear thing about the ESA and whatever. I know this, that the people that I have met that have worked for the ESA, they've always been really awesome, cool people. I know that the 2 times that I've been able to in person cover E3, the ESA was always awesome to me, and really took care of not just us, but also took care of Cinelinx, giving us access to the event. And that goes for the publishers as well. I'm not going to sit here and talk trash about any certain thing, but it's just very confusing. It is very, very confusing that it's 2 months out from the event. We have heard nothing at all. And Sega and Tencent now coming out as well today and stating that they will not be at the event is nuts. We haven't even heard anything from EA, and EA always does EA Play all the time. That's the big thing that EA always does. So if they're going to do it, they're going to host it on their own. I really feel like EA is going to announce, listen, we're going to do our own thing. And I have to give shout outs and props to companies like IGN and the Game Awards and all this other stuff for doing their own thing. You know what I'm saying? For going out and making some of these big showcases and stuff their own thing. But let's cut back to the realistic perspective of things. What really screwed a lot of things up for the games industry in the public, I guess in the public aspect, was COVID. When COVID happened, it was like 2 years straight of these companies having to find ways of making announcements for their games and making profit. And when they did that, and they did these live streams and realized we could host all of our own shit and do it for, like 3 times less the cost. Of course, these companies are going to come out and be like, hey, listen, we're not doing that shit anymore. We'll do our own thing. If we want to spend the money on a public event, then we'll choose what we're going to. We're not going to sit here on a constant basis and just say we have to showcase our stuff at E3 or it's not going to be presented properly. So there was an IGN report, like I said, a significant lack of communication from organizers Repop and ESA, and that they hadn't heard anything at this point in time. It says, while only Tencent and Sega confirmed to IGN they'd be skipping the event, the publication said it understands that there are other companies also not attending that have not gone public with the announcement as of yet. After careful consideration, we have decided to not participate in E3 2023 as an exhibitor, Sega told IGN. We look forward to sharing more information on announced and unannounced projects in the future. So it says, according to IGN, event organizer Repop is also due for an internal shakeup next month, with company president Lance Finsterman leaving and Vice President Michael Keskin filling in his role. 2023's E3 was supposed to mark the return of the iconic industry event after 4 years. Think about that. 4 years. What? It's been 4 years? That's nuts to think about. It has been 4 years without an E3. So think, we're in a position now that the games industry had to become self-reliant. And people like IGN, the Game Awards, PC Gaming Show, and all this other stuff, and these publishers or whatever, they were like, how can we have our own E3s? And then you start seeing the success of all these small-time live streams and whatever else. And then they're thinking, yeah, it's really cool to go public and go and have, gamers at the events being able to try out our games and all this other stuff. But then it kind of gets to that point to where you're like, what is the point? What is the point of doing it if we're spending all this money and there's not a big turnover for us? How is it helping our company outside of just putting out the word for a huge game that's possibly coming out? Or so on and so forth. And there's been a lot of rumors. There's been a lot of rumored games. One of the biggest games that was rumored to be possibly showcased at E3 this year was a new Metal Gear Solid title. But there is a very big possibility that none of this is going to occur. There's a very big possibility that, who knows, in the next month, we could get 2 things that could possibly happen. There's 2 outcomes. Either Repop is going to take this in a positive way, rein in the horses, and say, hey, listen, we need to slow it down. We need to go to these developers. We need to figure out who is going to go there. We need to make the best fucking show that we can make. Or they're going to announce that though they had big possibilities for everything that is coming, with their ideology on E3 and the return of the the showcase and all this, so on and so forth, there's a big possibility that they just, they can't do it, and they'll cancel the event. So it's nuts. It really is. It's a shocking thing, but at the same time, it's something that I think we as gamers have kind of gotten used to. Cancellations, delays, not just from games, but from the lives that we've lived over the last 4 years. We've really gotten used to it. And it's sad. It's sad. I want these events to succeed. I want E3. I would love for E3, re-popping them to announce and say, hey, listen, all the negativity stuff that's going on right now, say what you will, but we're still going to have EA. We're going to have Rockstar there. We're going to have, Take-Two. We're going to have all these other people, and we're going to make it the best event ever. Or, we're going to do a live stream event, and we're going to come back from this. We're going to find a way of coming back from it. We'll offer Sony and Microsoft and Nintendo whatever we need to offer with them to try and do things better. How can we become better? And I think they took a good step in trying to become better by letting a company like ReedPop step in and say, hey, listen, we'll try to make things better for you. But it might have been too little too late. Who knows? I don't know. All I know is this is a suggestion. Don't get your hopes up. Thanks for watching Celeb Suggest, and I'll have some more videos for you soon. Peace.